So what is a short sale? Hi, I'm Dustin Oldfather from the Oldfather Group of Sotheby's International Realty and owner of Motto Mortgage, and we ensure prosperity. With the recent events in regard to the pandemic, many people have had some financial hardship and are a little bit behind. The converse is that the real estate market is moving really fast, but a short sale is when a property is sold for less than the mortgage amount owed. And in the current environment, banks really don't want to take back a property in foreclosure when they could get a small payoff and not have all the expenses of deferred maintenance, having a property be vandalized or fall into disrepair, all the cost of getting that to somebody, the process to get a real estate owned property, a property basically that goes back to the bank after foreclosure. It's about a 6-month process, and it ends up costing the bank lots and lots of money. So they prefer to kind of part out. So you say, well, why now would people be talking about short sales when the market is the way it is, where it's so hot? And the challenge is obviously in employment. And during this pandemic, many of us have been affected and had their income and families affected. And so if someone has had financial hardship, or you know someone who's had financial hardship, and they're not going to be able to recover, or they don't have enough equity in their home to get out, the short sale path is something that is worth considering. And so what that means is that the property's got to go to the market. There's a certain process involved. It's got to have full marketing exposure, basically marketed at market price, whether that's significantly below what's owed. Sometimes recently we've seen people who have had a reverse mortgage who's compounded above where the property is valued. The bank will then take an offer that's received with the expectation that there's going to be negotiation. They will send their appraiser out to the property. They'll say, hey, the property is valued at X by our appraiser. We're willing to accept X minus 5, 7, sometimes as much as 9%, and we will pay the closing cost and all the commissions associated with that. And then you, Mr. Seller, you can walk away. You'll have a small credit impact that would be much less significant than a foreclosure, but it allows that person to move on. The bank doesn't have to take the property back, and then a buyer gets some value in the marketplace. So that's the process for a short sale. We've helped dozens of people go through this process, and we're just a little concerned that some people might get behind and then not know what the process is to get it sold, and that it still is possible even if you're behind a little bit. A lot of people are hurting right now. We want to do everything we can, and this short sale process is something that we can navigate and help people with right now.